Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, the Garrison for Guitar. Today we're going to be talking about how to play faster on guitar or how to play basically fast on guitar. And one of the first things I want to talk to you about is the type of guitar pick that you have, and you need to have a thick guitar pick. And why that is because if you have a very flexible guitar pick, and imagine if this hand is the string and this hand is the guitar pick. If you have a guitar pick that's flexible and thin enough that when it contacts the string, it bends before it releases the string to vibrate, that basically means that you're spending more time picking, which is the difference between someone playing, fairly fast and someone playing a face melting guitar solo. And the lick that I played before this, it might have seemed fast to you guys, especially if you're a beginner, but honestly that's just scratching the surface. And I haven't been a guitarist who's deep dived into shredding guitar or alternate picking that way. I do use a lot of legato and a lot of hammer-ons and pull-offs, and I do have a tendency to keep falling back into blues because that's just my style and that's what I like. But if you're a complete beginner who doesn't know why he can't play fast, this lesson is for you. And there are a lot of tips in addition to the pick that I was talking about. Um, and once we talk about those, you'll also be able to maybe start considering how to play a guitar solo with more feel. I have a couple of videos on that. I'm going to link them here periodically. But for now, let's get on to point number two. So we got the pick down and the dimensions of it. Now, this pick is 1.5 millimeters. All right. I think the max thickness of a pick that I feel comfortable playing with is anywhere around 2 millimeters. Maybe 0.25 more than that would be acceptable. But there are some picks like the Jim Dunlop Stubby. They have a 2 millimeter version, a 1 millimeter version, a 1.5, and I think they also have a 3 millimeter version. If you're not familiar with these guitar picks, I will post a picture of it, as in I put it up somewhere here on my left. And other than that, there is the Jazz 2 and Jazz 3 Jim Dunlop picks, which are also very versatile. I don't have them with me right now, but I would love to show you them up close. So I'll put up a picture here of the Jazz 2 or the Jazz 3, and the first thing you're going to notice is that the tip of the pick, it's really sharp in that picture, and it's almost like a point. And why that is so that you can get a lot more precision when you're targeting one string to play fast. And also, if it's a sharp point, that's going to glide through the string much faster than if it was basically, if something had to touch the edge of a string and it was shaped like this would go by much quicker because it's a much smaller surface area if you look at it. But if it was something with a more gradual bend, like something like that, it would spend more time gliding across the string, and therefore it wouldn't create a very distinct percussive sound while going across the string, and whatever sound it would create would take a little bit longer to come out. Now, that being said, let's come back to actually using this pick on the string and creating sounds with it. So the way that I hold the pick is I try to leave a very small amount of the pick actually coming out the bottom that touches the string. And that's also goes hand in hand with I wanted to touch the string and get away from it faster. And in addition to that, I also don't like to use very big movements when I'm playing fast. I don't want to make my elbow the hinge of speed. The hinge for me is probably my wrist, and sometimes I even add a bit of like my fingers doing it as well. So the speed comes from here. It's not a movement starting from back here, because the further back that you started, even if you're gonna start bringing your shoulder into it, your elbow into it, it's a more like out of control movement that's more difficult to basically harness speed with. So you want to keep it limited to your wrist. Now, the way I like to attack the strings is I don't like to have the pick coming straight down against the strings. I like to turn it in at an angle a little bit. I don't make it like 90 degrees, you know. I don't like scrape it against the string like that, but I do like to have it at a little bit of an angle. So if you can see here, this would be like flat up against the string. I'm gonna come closer. I'll just give me a second. Alright guys, welcome back. I think you can just see probably my chin and my guitar pick, and that's the idea here. So what I was talking about was if I was to just bring this pick, holding it straight down against the string, it would make a very percussive distinct sound, but would it be fast enough? Like, it's almost hard to go through a string like that. So what I like to do is I want to use my wrist. I want to put it on the bridge of the guitar, okay? Rest it there. So now that's my point of leverage. And what I'll do after this is I will turn the pick a little bit at an angle. So it's not 90 degree to the strings like this, but it is, say, 45 to 60 degrees, all right? And that gives me a lot more, it gives me a lot more control. And that's something I just wanted to come up close to tell you about. I will see you in a second when you can see more of my face. All right, guys, good to be back. Let's talk about a little bit regarding exercises that you can do to build up speed. So now your left hand is got to be a little more dexterous than you think, right? There are many ways in which you can go fast. So what I showed you in the start of this video was a quick lick, was something that was going basically in one direction down the board, right? You can also have things like, so there are a lot of new points where once I change a string, I also have to come forward or move back while I'm playing, and that's something you need to look out for. So one of the best exercises I have, I'm going to turn the distortion down a bit. Yeah, one of the best exercises I have for finger dexterity is just, and you want to play that out with a metronome, and you want to play it in time. You want to increase the speed of the metronome to where you think your max is, and then once you find your max, I want you to play a little bit below your max speed, and just master being able to do that for a while, and then slowly you go up to that, to what was earlier your max speed, and you start practicing at that speed, and then you pump it up by, say, 5 beats per minute on your metronome every single time that you practice, and play this. You can also play your scales with a metronome. You can also just play different patterns of the pentatonic. And the idea to play those things with a metronome is so that you know that it it can be used practically, like while you're playing with a loop pedal, or if you're jamming with a friend, or you're performing somewhere, you want to create some music, you can do it practically as well. Um, Playing with a metronome, I think, would be one of my last tips if I had to say anything else. Um, yeah, don't think that because you know this now. I feel like the tip that's going to help you the most is turning the pick to 45 to 60 degrees, what I showed you in close up. I think that's going to help you the most, but don't think that just because you know that you're suddenly going to be melting faces everywhere you go. It's not going to be the case. You're still going to have to, if you want to learn how to play fast, if there is a solo that you want to learn how to play fast from an existing song, you want to look at Guns N' Roses, Metallica, those kind of things, the typical, just the classic things you got to learn if you want to start soloing on electric guitar. You have to play those solos out slower, and you have to play them with a metronome, and you gotta basically do it slow until you can do it fast. And what I've shown you today is just some of the things that can speed up the process, and some of the things that you don't want to spend 1 month not knowing. That just tilting the pick a little bit could change the way you attack the strings and could actually help. And at the same time, you don't want to change the angle of your pick to the extent where you've overchanged it or you've overcompensated it, and now you have to work your way back to the perfect angle, or what should be around your perfect angle. And your perfect angle and the way you attack the strings is obviously going to change. Everyone's hands and fingers are different. But these are just some like principles I wanted to talk to you about when it comes to playing fast on guitar. And I'm going to end this video right here. I hope you guys liked it. And if you guys want a lesson on the lick that I played in the beginning when I was coming down the strings as fast as I could, please do put that in the comments below, and I'll create a separate video on that. Also, thank you so much for your time. I'd like to remind you to subscribe to this channel if you're liking the video. Um, I would like to urge you to like this video, smash the bell icon, smash the subscribe button, all that good stuff. And I can't wait to see you next time with another video. Thank you so much.